leave a message after the tone.
You got several questions due. Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice?
This is where it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn down the lights, pick up the phone and leave a message for the new
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan After Dark. This is a special episode because Cameron drove Larson here, so he's going to join us for After Dark because he's here anyways. So let's see what kind of questions the listeners have left for us today. First up.
Okay, let's try this again. Nude Clan, I have an edutainment-themed Would You Rather for After Dark. Would you rather spend a mostly platonic night with Carmen Sandiego where, like, you guys don't ever fuck, but, like, maybe you can get naked in front of each other, but the whole time she's going to laugh at your dick? Or would you rather fuck Mavis Beacon, but she has a penis?
Oh.
Anyway, guys, keep it sexy.
So I'm either going to fuck a man or I'm going to get laughed at for my penis.
Where in the world is your Carmen dick? She can't find it.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Carmen Sandiego. I think I could withstand her laughter.
Yeah.
And be like, bitch, you don't even know where you're at. Like, I can't.
She knows where she's at. Nobody else knows where she's
But
at.
I mean, there's this
Well,
one
you
moment.
do.
There's one moment in your life. You know where in the world Carmen Sandiego is. Who cares if she's laughing at you? At least you can hold that over everyone else.
That's true. Yeah. No, everyone else has been looking for her for years. Here she is,
And in the
naked
nude.
in front of me. Yeah,
Yeah.
laughing at my penis.
I swear it gets bigger, but it's cold.
That's what I always
It's a
say.
grower, not a shower.
It gets bigger,
Probably you, the multicolored dream cock going on over there. Probably
Yeah,
laughing at
that's
that.
right.
Who had the 1-inch punch?
Yeah.
What about you, Larson? You want to throw?
Weighing in on this, I would probably say Carmen Sandiego, just because she has that long brown hair and tall, long legs.
Yeah.
So you're going to CK it? CK Lewis it?
Yep. Sit there and watch.
No.
Beat off in front of her.
Yeah.
I guess you could. Yeah, it's like, you know what? You want to laugh at it? We'll laugh at this.
Okay, that got real dark. But there you go.
Yeah, that's a.
Do we have
that's
another voicemail?
I think that's a really easy one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. All right, yeah, we got one more. Here.
Hey guys, Bundle Up here. So, a couple months back, girlfriend and I witnessed somebody committing suicide.
Oh shit!
It was from a distance, thankfully, and we heard it more than we saw it, but we definitely saw the aftermath. So this dude, for whatever reason, decided to walk in front of a moving train and got hit, and his body was dragged, a ways onto the road, close to where I live. And yeah, so every time I drive that road, I'm reminded of such occurrence. So my question is, have you ever seen or witnessed a personal tragedy on that level? And if so, what did you do to cope? My girlfriend was a little messed up for a couple weeks afterwards. Thankfully, it didn't really faze me. I don't know what that says about me. But if the dude was standing right next to me and decided to blow his brains out, might be a little bit more traumatic than actually witnessing somebody jump in front of a moving train for the distance. So I don't know if self-preservation kicks in for me, but yeah. So just kind of curious if you're willing to share if you ever had to deal with some sort of personal tragedy on that level, and what did you do Did you go talk to a mental health professional? Your family or friends? So what did you do to cope? All right, thanks.
I don't know how we're supposed to give bad advice to that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how do you respond?
Just deal with it. I guess that would be the terrible advice. Just don't
bottle
worry
it up
about
and
it.
don't
Just
talk about
put
it.
it way down
You
deep.
don't talk to anybody about that.
So
shit.
do the exact opposite of everything that we're saying right
Yeah.
now.
I've never seen anything like that. I don't think.
I've not seen someone commit suicide in front of me, but I did see someone lose life in front of me. So there's that.
Yeah.
So in high school, this is Larson. Hey, everyone. I'm visiting for After Dark. I worked in a nursing home, and I can't talk a lot about it just because OSHA and, security and privacy rights, whatever.
Wait, is that a thing after
I guess. I don't
Patriot
know.
Act? Oh, okay.
So, so I was able to witness a lot of, death just because I worked a long-term residency in a nursing home. And, it's hard, getting to know people for, months, years, and then, watching their slow decline into death because it's super traumatic, but you expect it coming. When I was 13, I was in a car accident where we were hit head-on going down the freeway. And our car rolled and flipped and went about 80 yards off the freeway. And the car that hit us, they crossed the median and hit us. And then they, flipped over us and then kept going. And I broke my femur. And while I was sitting in the front seat of the car that I was in, I had a straight line of sight right through the windshield of the other car. And 2 dead bodies were right there. I was 12 years old, and it was the first time I'd ever seen a dead body. And fairly dramatic. And I just remember watching some guy that pulled over to try to help us. He walked over towards that car, just put his head inside the driver's side window, shook his head, and then started walking back, and just kind of waved a couple people away from it. And, seeing death is something that doesn't happen in our lives. It doesn't happen in day-to-day experience. And when we do experience it now, we're, I think, less, prepared for it. Especially with video game culture where, you're killing a lot of people or, PUBG, right? Every single time you kill someone. And so, but then the reality of it sets in and, self-preservation, mortality, like you said. Honestly, to give good advice, talking to people and talking about it was one of the best things that helped me get through it. I obviously had, a laundry list of issues after my car accident. And, one of the big things that helped me was actually seeking, counseling and, medication. I'm not a fan of it just because my family has a lot of addiction that runs through it, just addictiveness. And so just talking it out and finding people that you trust. And especially for your girlfriend, talk about it and just say, hey, this happened, acknowledge that it happened. Don't just try to bury it because once you acknowledge it and, you say, you can never know why someone steps in front of a train. You can never know why someone puts a bullet through their head just because, that at some point they're hurting so much that they just want that pain to stop. You never know. But the key is that you don't take that pain on inside of yourself and you just try to get it out. And, you and your girlfriend can have this experience where you mutually heal together by talking about it. And it's not being vulnerable. It's not being weak. It's just being real about what you've experienced and, the shit that you've seen and you've gone through. So, I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's very good advice. Once you've experienced something like that, that is a moment in your life that you will forever have that mark. That's a landmark in your life. That's a traumatic event, and you can't help but be changed by that. Adding a little bit more soberness to your life, a little bit more, it's traumatic, especially for you when you were so young. And the only way you can get past that and not become disturbed by it or some other form of trauma, like post-traumatic stress syndrome, you have to talk about it. You have to come to terms with it. So
yeah, I mean, like Larson was saying, you have no idea what they were going through, and just I would just accept the fact that that's something they wanted to do, and they did it. So there's not really anything you can do about that.
Right.
And like you said, don't try to take that on. Don't let it affect you because it's someone else's complete and total decision to do that. Now, unfortunately, they had to do it in front of a bunch of people. They couldn't have just done it like in their own home. You can't really get hit by a train in your own home generally, but killing themselves in front of people is kind of like a cheap shot. But just I would just try to, I don't know, disassociate yourself from it. I mean, yeah, it's like I saw it happen, but I wasn't really involved with it. It was just there, It was only in front of me because they made it in front of me. And try not to let it. I know it's hard to say, like, try not to let it bother you, but like, I guess that's sort of what I'm saying. I don't know how you would go about that other than just.
It's okay if it bothers you.
Trying to accept it. Well, yeah, but I mean,
and if it does bother you, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Find someone to talk to in an environment where they have professionally the experience to take you to places and help you accept and move past these feelings of if you're feeling dark, if you're feeling down, or I don't know, from the tone of your voice, it sounded like this is something that is really impacting your life. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths and just try to take that weight off of you, because it's not your fault that he killed himself or she killed herself. It's not your fault. Go out and keep trying to live your life in a way that makes you happy, so that you never put yourself in that situation. Because speaking from experience of someone who holds like my stress and tension inside of me, you just gotta get through it and lay that burden down and start self-healing. And find a way to heal, whether through your girlfriend or through professional mental health counselor, anything like that.
Yeah, healing through your girlfriend, 10 out of 10.
Would recommend.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, it can bring you closer together, because now you know how both of you cope with seeing something like that, and knowing that you both can trust each other with those feelings that you had during that event. So it's going to help you both progress together and individually to discuss that and to get past it together.
Yeah, that's probably the darkest question we've ever had. This is like Nude Clan After Dark special dark. Like, it's like the little Reese's rectangles that are special dark
100%
recipe.
dark chocolate.
Or my 100% dark chocolate with the cocoa nibs.
It's the fucking longest chocolate name of all time. 100% dark cocoa something nibs. I was like, God, dude, it's like they had a fucking melting pot of ideas, and they told the guy to like choose one, but he couldn't, and he just fucking threw all the names on there. He's like, I love the nibs. Fucking 100% pure dark. That's what it was. 100% pure dark cocoa nibs or something like that.
100% pure dark chocolate with cocoa nibs.
Yeah. That is exactly what it was. Fucking beautiful.
Should be the brand name.
I think that's like what it's called. I guess it's not the brand name, but that is its name. But yeah, get that. That is what this After Dark has been. Yeah. Well, shit. I guess it's good that Larson was here for that, or else we wouldn't have had really anything to say. So surface that up for you. Thanks, guys. Shit. Yeah. Don't really have anything else. So.
I've seen someone die right in front of me. It was kind of brutal, but yeah, just
was that the dude
things.
slipping on the ice?
No. So what it was, super drunk person got off the bus and was starting to walk up the steps to the post office that was right, where the bus got off, and he slipped and cracked the side of his head right against the edge of that step. Oof. And just limp. He was gone. Stayed there until he was taken away, and just the spot of blood that they left right there on the side on the steps, like a little, not like a lot of blood, like a pool of blood, but that guy's side of head was caved in. So
damn. There's a guy at work that he used to bitch about the post office all the time, and he would say stuff like, "Oh yeah, that's post office." So that's what he would have said in that situation. Yeah, it's fucking post office. It's fucked up.
The guy was super drunk. Guy was super drunk, slipped on the steps, and then because he was super drunk, he didn't really brace himself as he was going down.
Didn't even get a fucking reach around.
And yeah,
post office.
He was gone. Found another person. This was below zero. Walked through the park, and then on our way walking back through that same park, just police around this guy just frozen solid underneath a park bench, and we probably walked past him on our way through the park the first time, but didn't even think to look underneath the bench, right?
Yeah.
Just walking through the park and coming back, he was just a brick frozen underneath the bench.
Wow, that's a bad place to fall asleep.
Yep.
It's fucking cold, man.
Yeah.
That's like fucking cold. I mean, I can understand, like, you know,
But yeah, I mean,
guy
death,
had to die and then freeze.
knowing that we're mortal and that we have a finite amount of time, that can, and seeing that happen in front of you can shatter you, but it can also inspire you to be, you know, do as much as you can before it's your time
Yeah.
and live healthy and be healthy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we don't show that, but
No.
it's we haven't seen enough, clearly. But
Yeah.
that is a good point. I mean, it does give you a motivation for that. I mean, so that's a good way to look at it too.
Yep. Well, thanks for those questions.
Yeah, very different tonally, but it's good to have that variety.
Very sincere and good questions, and
Yeah.
you did the right thing about asking about it, because you don't know who's experienced something like that in their life and who needs to hear something like that. So don't be afraid to ask, you know, really dark and actual serious questions anytime. We're not professionals. We're not, you know, take everything we say, you know, with a grain of salt. We're just trying our best. We're just average guys sitting around the table.
And I mean, everybody loves salt, right? So I mean, it's not a big deal
Yeah.
to take it with some
Big old
salt.
salt lick.
Yeah, salt's delicious.
Um,
It's great for your heart.
yeah, but
Yeah.
doing what we can.
Yep. All right, guys. I think that's it for this Nude Clan After Dark, and we'll see you next time.
Mankind has always been the poison.
Give up on yourselves and give up on the world.
Every puzzle has an answer.
You dumbass. Kick logic out and do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on ignoring.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you. Everybody deals with grief differently, right? Some people fuck at funerals. I cut off heads.